So welcome everyone to LinkedIn's headquarters, and LinkedIn's office is very special because it has one of the best perks you get anywhere in Silicon Valley, such as sometimes Fridays are off and you get unlimited paid time holidays as well. We will learn about much more than these perks and the culture at LinkedIn today. LinkedIn's office is much more than an office for us because यहाँ पर आके ऐसा लगता है that you are in an Indian wedding जहाँ पे 20 से ज़्यादा restaurants है, 5 से ज़्यादा desserts options है, and much more than that. And today massage was also there and it felt like a next level Disneyland to me. So this is building 3, I believe.
Yeah, so this is building 3. There's 4 buildings in this, or 5 buildings in this area.
5 buildings here. Oh wow. It's bigger than Microsoft office.
Yes.
That's only one building.
Well, in the Bay Area.
Bay Area, yeah.
Seattle office is way bigger.
So hi everyone, meet a LinkedIn engineer. Not just an engineer, he's someone who is so inspiring that he became a staff software engineer within 3 to 4 years at LinkedIn. So hi, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Shivam. I am, as Harnoor said, a staff engineer at LinkedIn. I work on a team called Pages. So if you ever see anything around companies or company pages on LinkedIn, that's my team.
Brilliant. and since LinkedIn was acquired by Microsoft in 2016, so like we can chat and talk to each other through Teams as well.
Yeah. So we've been doing that for a little while, but yeah. So it's interesting because LinkedIn is still kind of it is under Microsoft now. It was acquired a few years back, but we still do operate independently. We do still have our own CEO.
Yep.
So even though Harnoor is a Microsoft employee now,
but
I still have to get him a guest badge to access our campus.
My badge will not work. So Italian, Asian, and that's Tamalian.
Yeah, so that would be like South American, Mexican. Yeah.
They have Indian street food too, I think. Oh, nice. They have that way. Oh, this is butter chicken curry roll. Nice. Pizza यहाँ पर and barbecue. That's Plantain's Caribbean food, and this is in the shape of L. Every building is pretty much like L.
I don't think they were going for the L per se.
And this is the newest building of LinkedIn, building 1. They take carbon dioxide and take out the carbon from it to make cement. They make cement inside?
No. So like when they built this building, they injected carbon from the air into the cement itself.
So basically they use carbon in making the building?
Yes.
Oh wow,
so
very impressive.
A large amount of carbon in the building.
Brilliant. There is endless food. One deli.
Yes, there's salads, sandwiches, Indian food again, gobi Manchurian.
Indian food again. Gobi Manchurian. Wow. And once upon a time, LinkedIn also hired Michelin star chefs for food. Like that's so expensive. Michelin star, if you want to think about 3-star Michelin restaurant, there are only 100 in the world and they hired those kind of chefs. It's insane. And you might be thinking about food wastage because यहाँ पर like 10 plus restaurants hai. So I think that's not a concern. मैंने देखा they cook based on supply and demand. They keep increasing the supply based on the demand. Small changes. Switching to oat milk saves latte just enough to have 2 showers. So switching to oat milk saves so much water. Wow, this is house-made. So today we got from LinkedIn office a healthy salad which has herbs which were handmade and some handmade croutons, some organic vegetables, everything organic. And these are tamale, right?
Yeah, tamales.
Tamales. This is Mexican. Most of the food is also Asian and Indian because there are so many Asians and Indians, which is a staple diet for LinkedIn and Silicon Valley now, right?
Yeah, there's an overwhelming amount of Asian and Indian food restaurants around here.
Yeah,
and every office has both of those usually.
So excited! I'm also gonna try Indian food. So finally, let's get to learn about his journey, how he was able to not just crack LinkedIn, but also be able to be a staff software engineer in the last 4 years. It's pretty quick, to be honest, right?
I think like here, I think especially like as long as you're meeting kind of what is the criteria for the next level, there isn't a hesitancy around timing or age or things like that maybe in other parts of the country you might feel. I think you're rewarded for the work you do and the performance you have. So I think there are several people that have been promoted in that time period as well. So
you're not the only one. It's not an exception, but if you make your effort worth it, it is possible.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I think a lot of students or a lot of people struggle in is getting their expectations right from the manager. So, like the manager's expectations change every month. So you always have to ask your manager, what do you expect from me? So asking every single month because it keeps changing, that gives a perfect idea. So how did you handle expectations?
I think especially early on, expectations were important. Whenever I had a one-on-one with the manager, I'd always ask, what is it that I can be improving on? Less so what is it I'm already doing good, but more what can I improve on, and what are additional opportunities I can take on to continue to grow, right? And making interests that I have clear, so that when those opportunities presented themselves to either my manager or myself, I could jump on them and really take advantage of them.
And you started from University of California, San Diego, right?
Yeah.
So like in your college, in the 4 years, how many internships you did to prepare yourself for tech jobs?
So I did six.
Six internships.
Yeah.
Wow.
So one each year, one before going to college, and then one each year during college until I did two just before joining LinkedIn my junior year.
Wow, you started from high school.
Yeah.
This is brilliant. So what do you think are the biggest perks of working at LinkedIn? You've told me already, but I really want them to know as well.
Ultimately, I think like the biggest thing is culture, work culture. I think there's an emphasis on the people element here, right? Around, making sure people have that work-life balance and the opportunity to go do stuff outside of work, as well as while you're at work. Obviously there's the great things like food, gym, all of that stuff's included. But I think when you're working here, I would say it's very encouraging, right? Like people are always looking for, how can you improve? How can we help you take your career to the next level? And like they're encouraging you branching out, right? So whether it's going from mobile development to back-end development or back-end development to AI, right? Like I think all of those things are very encouraged, and they're willing to help you take that next step in your career and pursue whatever your interest is.
Brilliant. And about Fridays, you get pretty much one Friday off a month.
Yeah, so what we have is called in-days.
In-days.
So they're meant to be sort of investment in yourself. So there are activities that happen here on campus when there's in-days, like things like craft activities, or like maybe they'll have some motivational speaker or something like that. But generally, it's more of like a time to spend to yourself. Right? Maybe there's a side project you want to work on, or maybe you just want to, like, for instance, me and my friends go out on a hike, right? Coworkers here at LinkedIn, and that helps build bonds and gives people a time to reflect, relax, re-energize for the next week, once a month.
Brilliant. And every other Friday is half day, pretty much, or every Friday is half day.
So that was more of a summer thing that we had here.
Summer is half Friday.
So over the summer we had in-days once a month, and then on top of that we had well-being days. So another once a month Friday off to again spend for yourself, and then we also had half Fridays over the summer. So.
Brilliant. And once again, talking about the promotion, how your performance is reviewed, the 5 points, and about the culture. People are scared about PIP, which is Performance
Improvement Plan.
Performance Improvement Plan. They're always scared about it. So how does the 5 rating go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How is it given?
Yeah. So we do performance based off of 3 main categories, and then that falls into a bucket of how are you performing on a point scale. So the main categories are called LEC, so leadership, execution, and craftsmanship. So how are you performing as a leader? How are you enabling others to do their work, as well as potentially working across teams to get something done? Your execution is more straightforward. What is the code that you're producing? What is the output of the work that you're doing? And craftsmanship is how are you up-leveling the quality bar at LinkedIn? Are you making code better? Are you making foundational improvements, like structural improvements to, whatever you're working on, right? Are you getting rid of legacy systems? Are you streamlining operations in some sense, right? So it's a very holistic view as to like the work you're doing. It's not purely just how many lines of code did I write. So taking those into account, so based on your level, there will be certain qualifications for each of those. And then people will be given a rating from 1 to 5, 5 being far exceeding expectations, and then 1 being not meeting expectations. Right. So then in the middle would be meets most expectations, meets expectations, exceeds expectations.
So PIP, Performance Improvement Plan, is only for 1, not even 2, right?
So I think LinkedIn especially is, very accommodating to the fact that, maybe this role might not be the exact fit for you, but that doesn't mean that there might not be a better fit within the company. Right? So they're encouraging of you to try opportunities within the company, branch out. Maybe, you're just working on something on this team that doesn't really vibe with you. So for instance, there's just a need for someone to do some web work, right? For instance, but you might come in with an Android background, right? So maybe you're not doing the best at that job, but that doesn't mean that you can't find a role elsewhere in the company that makes sense. So it's more based around how do you improve yourself. And, obviously, just like any other company, right? Like if it isn't a good fit, right? Like then there will be steps taken in terms of like, okay, what specific things can you be doing to perform better? And if not, then, it is work, right? It is ultimately work. Life is, it isn't that you'd be just perpetually employed, right?
Yeah. It's brilliant that if you don't get the right performance rating, it's not that you will be fired. You will be told that this might not be the best role suited for you. You can try out different things, and that's why it's called Performance Improvement Plan.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So thank you so much, Shivam, for sharing your journey, and any final advice for students who are also, aiming for the life at LinkedIn.
Yeah, I think the main thing that helped me in college is focusing on experience, right? Classes can only teach you so much. Focus on experiential learning, try and get out there, do internships, do projects, things like that will help you up-level your actual career and what you want to do in the future. So I think that's my main takeaway from going through college and then, starting full-time work.
Thank you so much, Shivan. It was it was a pleasure talking to you, and thank you so much for welcoming me on this campus.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I just wanna be your Superman.